Bitcoin is down this morning, hovering around $46,000 as Miami holds the biggest Bitcoin event in the world this week, pitting it against Silicon Valley as the fastest growing technology hub in the world. Joining me right now is the mayor of Miami, Francis Suarez. Mr. Mayor, it's great to see you, and congratulations to you on all the success that you are having in your leadership. Tell us about this conference and why crypto has been so important to you in terms of instituting it as part of the economy there in Miami.
Well, first of all, thank you. It's so important because it's part of our transitional brand from a city that was a great place to visit, a great place to retire, to what Financial Times called the most important city in America. And we've done it by keeping true to three simple rules. We've kept taxes as low as possible. We've increased funding for our police and kept our city safe, reducing homicides last year by 23% and this year by close to 40%, and leaning into innovation. And crypto is one of the ways that we've completely leaned into innovation to take away, this concept that there are other cities in America that are the technological hubs of our country. And so because of that, we've seen our venture capital increase by 200% year over year. And we've moved over $1 trillion in assets under management companies to the city in just 16 months. And the Bitcoin conference is the largest crypto conference in the world. We took that from Los Angeles here to Miami. We're going to have 50,000 attendees, and it's going to be an economic development boom for our city, creating thousands of jobs and millions of dollars in economic incentives for our city.
Yeah, that is just incredible. And you mentioned crime. Actually, crime is surging across the country. And Miami is actually seeing a decrease, as you just noted. Homicides down better than 59% year to date as Miami increases funding for the police. It's reportedly the lowest homicide rate since 1950s. And you are also taking more than just the crypto conference from Los Angeles. I was at a conference recently, an alternatives conference where you were at. You spoke there, and you were telling the attendees in the audience that you were competing one-to-one with Silicon Valley and that you were going to see more and more money and people and businesses move to Miami from Silicon Valley. Give us an update on that, Mr. Mayor. Where are you in terms of attracting more business and high tech in particular to originate and put their headquarters in Miami?
Well, like I mentioned, it's been a phenomenal success story. As people realize that people are, aggregating here in Miami, they're colliding here in Miami, and that we now have critical mass, what we're seeing is a 200% increase in venture capital deals completed. If we were to continue to grow at that rate, 200% a year for 2 more years, and it was a zero-sum game, which means that our gain was San Francisco's loss, we would overtake San Francisco in 2 years as the venture capital of America. And in terms of private equity, like I said, we've moved over $1 trillion in assets under management companies. Blackstone is increasing by 400% in full-time employees here in Miami. McKinsey, which is a consulting company that's global, is increasing by 400%. Microsoft just took an extra 50,000 square feet in Miami. Apple's looking at expanding its footprint. Amazon just took a tremendous amount of space here in Miami, as we've seen other cities across America push Amazon out, like New York and Seattle. And so, Miami, which is fundamentally free market, particularly because a lot of Hispanics have fled communist dictatorships across the world, is creating a counter-narrative to what's happening in a lot of American cities.
Yeah. Real quick before you go, Mayor, do you worry that some of these people who are going to Miami and uprooting and leaving California, leaving New York, bringing their businesses to Miami because of all of the great economics, like the taxes there, no taxes there in terms of income tax, are you worried that they're going to vote the way they voted where they were? They're going to vote Democrat, and they're going to basically bring in the policies that you are avoiding?
Well, there's 2 reasons why I don't worry. The first is, for the first time in recorded history of the state of Florida, there's actually more Republicans than Democrats and independents in the state of Florida. So that's the first time that's ever happened in Florida. And so what that means to me is the people that are coming here are either Republican or they're changing parties to become Republican. I think the second part is the people that are leaving their cities are traumatized. They're traumatized, like people who left Cuba. They're traumatized. And so they're coming to this country to flee the policies, of their homes cities in their home state. And so I can't imagine that they would want to flee those policies and then come to a place to try to, sort of reinvent those policies here. So that's what we're banking on, and we're hoping that this creates a generation worth of prosperity, because we're not just competing against cities across America, we're competing against cities across the world. I can tell you the Middle East is looking at what we're doing in Miami. They have a vision for their future. Obviously, we're seeing what's happening, unfortunately, in Ukraine. So the world is in an unsettled position, and I think Miami right now is being seen across the world as a success story.
Yeah, you're right. Mr. Mayor, congrats to you. Come back soon. Thanks very much for joining us. Mayor Francis Suarez this morning.
Anytime, Maria.
In Miami. Good luck with the crypto conference.